Hi all, greetings from Lenawee County in the great state of Michigan. I am the Lenawee Trekker. I have some good news and some interesting stuff, and I also have a little bit of bad news to share with you today. But we'll sort all that out as we get going. Alright, I think I'm going to start with the interesting stuff first. On Sunday, two of my friends and I got together over at the Suburban Showcase place over in Novi for the Giant Motorcycle Swapmeet. I shot a bunch of video in there. I have tried to come up with some way to put it together and make some reasonable presentation out of it, but I just don't seem to have the skills as of yet to do that. So I'm just gonna throw a bunch of stuff out and let you see what was going on there. And this time we did have some scooters. There was a PCX and a Honda Ruckus there from Lapeer Honda, which is where I bought my PCX from. Paul didn't remember me. Gee, imagine why. I mean, he only deals with how many millions of people per day, and this was, I bought my bike a year and a half ago, so yeah, I can understand why he couldn't remember me, but I had some fun with it and kind of held his feet to the fire just to have a little fun. But this is the video that these are the videos that I shot, and I'll roll them and Shoot, I think the stuff that the artwork that Ron Finch had put together was probably the most interesting. I rather like the little creatures with the spark plugs on the back. I think that looks so cool. One of these days I'm going to actually have to buy something and put it out on display. I think those things are just so cool. It's amazing what people can come up with. I wish I had that creativity, but I just don't have that kind of creativity. It's truly amazing artwork. But that's all I wanted to say about that. On the way home the other day, I did take my usual route with the PCX. I was just riding home, just my usual routine, and I passed through Belleville like I normally do, and I went past Johnny's Grill, which is on High Street in Belleville, and sitting out front of it was a Streamliner vehicle. I have a friend who is very much into Streamliners, so naturally I stopped to take a video of it and just to capture it. I've never seen that outside along my route, so I just thought that that would be a perfect capture, and this is the video. Sweet. Oh, that is sweet. That is sweet. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to show this one to Mike. He'll love this. Alright, I had said that I had some good news too. Okay, I think this is pretty good news, especially now that the weather is warming up and we at work are getting a little bit more busy, and it's an opportunity for me to start making some money and get ahead on my bills and start forcing all of my credit cards to a lower position, more affordable payments and all that stuff, which is what I really plan on doing. Actually, what I plan on doing is eliminating them. But until that can happen, I'm just going to take the smallest one and take a chunk out of it, and then take another chunk out of it, and take another chunk out of it until it's gone, and then I'll work on the next bigger one and keep going as along those lines. But today I also had jury duty, which is cutting into my ability to take over the world, people. And the jury selection process, they eliminated a bunch of jurors, and finally they called my name. And I told the judge, yes, I do have a brother who is on Louisiana State Police, and he asked, will that influence me? And I didn't think so. I think I can be pretty much impartial, regardless of what my brother Jack is doing down there. But we had a very serious case. A guy was accused of stealing some wagon wheels. There were pictures, grainy pictures that showed a person who looked similar to him. Some interesting testimony that didn't quite add up properly, and some reactions and body language that didn't make a whole lot of sense on the stand. That could have been fair, but I don't know. Ultimately, we decided on we came to a verdict, and we rendered our verdict, and the judge basically told us, thank you for your service. Your time is now over. They're going to now be picking on somebody else. So, hooray, I am no longer on jury duty. That is the good news. But while I was on jury duty, one of the things I picked up a couple weeks ago was this Escape magazine, or Motorcycle Escape, It's a touring magazine. They use a lot of dual sport bikes for riding in all kinds of conditions. There's a lot in this spring 2012 issue of riding off-road and various different things along that night. It's a very good magazine. One thing that I have an issue with is when the magazines tell you, write up a story, and then they tell you go to their website. If I wanted to go to the website to read the story, I'd go to the website to read the story. I want to read it in the magazine that I'm buying. I don't want to read this part of the story that tells me to go to the website. Come on, guys, get with it. You're going to put out a magazine? Put out a magazine. You're going to do a bunch of web articles? Do web articles. Don't mix the two. Come on, just get serious about what you're doing. But that's all. That magazine basically got me through all the slow times and all the recesses that we had to endure. We had an hour and a half lunch today, which was I wish the judge would talk to my boss and tell him that that's what should be normal for people, but I don't think that would work. I mean, I had my lunch wolfed down in about 15 minutes like I normally do, and now I have an hour and so many minutes to play with, and all I did was basically go explore the old courthouse next door to the new courthouse. So, that's about it. Okay, the bad news is, depending on how you look at it, some may think that this is bad news, some may not think that this is bad news, but I'm out of time. Bye.